Show and Tell Saturday. Not a terribly exciting one this week. It's just my Translucent Blue DualShock 2 PlayStation 2 controller. The reason why I'm showing this is because there's a little bit of a story to this. When I first got my PS2, I believe the timeline is a little bit off in my head, I think. I'm not entirely sure exactly when the things that happened, but I believe with my first PS2, which was second-hand off eBay, I got one of these controllers in addition to a black one. And that was my controller for many years. It was exactly like this, and I was very happy to have it, and my friends were all very impressed by my Translucent Blue controller. Side note, because of this, I have aimed to try and acquire as many Translucent Blue systems, or at least translucent systems, as I possibly can, but that's by the by. So, I remember we used to have the PS2 in the attic for quite some time. It was originally in a room downstairs, but then the room got used for something else, so it got shifted up into the attic along with, somehow, this massive CRT that I don't know how we fit through the attic door at my parents' house. It was probably not as big as I remember it being, but I remember it being quite big. But that was up there, and that's what I played my PS2 on. And I had my little snacks up there, and I used my special controller. And I had a friend over one time, and we were playing Star Wars Battlefront 2, invariably, because I think that was pretty much the only multiplayer game I had. And, either that or 007 Nightfire. And he was using my controller for some reason, or he had it in his hand, and he managed to chuck it down the ladder. So that broke, which was very upsetting. I think it worked for a little bit after that, but it kind of died a death shortly after. So I replaced it with a fabulous pink controller. It was a third-party one. It was one of Game's own brand controllers. It served, but I don't think it was. It was okay. I think it wasn't like an official controller, but I think it was fine. But that broke in fairly short order. But it was pink, so who cares? I actually have an official pink controller now and a whole pink console, so there. But yes, my original one of these broke and probably got chucked in the bin, which is unfortunate. So, more recently, I managed to track down a controller like this. I'm trying to remember again what exactly happened. I think I found it, and then I think my mum probably said, "Oh, you need to tell your brother that what he can get you for Christmas or something, or for your birthday." And so I said to him, "Hey, you can get me this controller." So he went on eBay and got it. Turns out there's two different PS2 controllers that are translucent blue, and one of them is a slightly different translucent blue to the one I used to have. So it's not like this one, it's slightly less saturated. It's in a box somewhere. I would compare the two if I had them both to hand, but I do not. But yeah, it's slightly odd that they would have two controllers that look almost identical to each other. Anyway, I got this one separately, so now I have my old controller back, and that's the one I use for streaming. A couple of extra things about this controller. Well, not necessarily about this controller, more other things about it. Well, whatever. Tangentially related topics. There is a whole PS2, a fat PS2 that is this colour. It's ocean blue. I think it was a Japanese exclusive. I have been searching for it. It's always far more than I can afford, but one day I would like to get one because, like I said, collecting translucent blue or similar consoles where I can. So it would be really cool to have the console that matches this controller. Not that I need any more PS2s in my life, but there you go. The second thing is, there exists a PS3 controller, a DualShock 3, that is, as far as I can tell, identical to this in every way, except of course it's wireless. Can you find it anywhere? I think I saw one, and it was the same price as a whole PS2 the Ocean Blue PS2. The PS3 version is called Cosmic Blue, and well, it would be really, really nice to have one of those too. I like fancy controllers and I like colourful controllers. What can I say? If I could have a translucent blue Xbox One pad, then that would make me very happy indeed. But I probably can actually. You can probably get replacement shells and things. Anyway, that's Show and Tell Saturday, and it's my fabulous controller. Maybe one day I'll show off my pink PS2 and that controller that goes with that. Anyway, that's all. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Hold on, I can do a thing here. Show and Tell Saturday. It's nothing terribly exciting this week. It's just my fabulous translucent blue PlayStation 2 controller, the DualShock 2. There's a reason why I'm showing this, because there's a little bit of a story behind it. First of all, I just want to say that you can get this for the PS3, and I looked into it and you cannot find it at all. It's impossible. If you ever find a Cosmic Blue DualShock 3, let me know, because I want it. Anyway, translucent blue controller. When I first got just trying to think now, I think my first PS2 was a second-hand slim model. Or was it? No, it wasn't. My first PS2 was a fat model, and it wasn't. It was a few years after the PS2 had first come out, but I think that broke. So my dad got me a slim model to replace it, and that was second-hand off eBay. And I... no, I've got my timeline completely wrong. I'm going to start again. And I'll wait till that stupid car outside stops revving for no reason. Get lost. Nobody's impressed. Should probably go close the door, but it's I don't think it's coming up on mic, it's just off-putting. Anyway,